Hello, welcome to Awaken Health Pod. This is Jennifer Grogan, Integrative Health Coach with Greenleaf Wellness in Central Illinois. Today with me I have my partner in health, Shanna Scordel, who's also an Integrative Health Coach with Inspire Wellness for You all the way from Arizona. Hi, Shanna. How are you today?
Good morning. Thank you so much for that intro.
Oh, you're welcome.
So excited to be here, Awaken Health Pod.
Yes, it's a cool name, I think. It's renewing, it's refreshing, so I think that people will like that when they hear that, I hope.
We do too. Share your feedback. Well, we're so excited. We're going to jump right into it. Today, we're going to talk about what is and isn't a health coach. That way, we can share a little bit more about ourselves with you guys, and we could also help explain a little bit more about what we do and clarify to the listeners. So, Jen, did you want to start off?
Yeah. So I get asked all the time, what's a health coach? Well, an integrative health coach is someone that can go deep with their clients on a different level than a nutritionalist or a dietitian. We also can work with doctors, but we like to zone in on the clients themselves and go through what's called the circle of life. This is a whole area of one person's life. So we like to ask the high mileage questions to get our clients thinking. We like to get them involved in conversation to connect with us, to go on deeper level of how they're feeling and what their goals are and their expectations in our program.
Absolutely. Some of the areas we look at from IIN is the circle of life, like Jen mentioned, and this involves the spirituality, finances, creativity, education, career, physical activity, health, home environment, home cooking, social life, relationships, and joy. Isn't that right, Jen?
Correct.
So, do you want to share a little bit about what we mean about, for example, relationships?
Okay, so like in your relationships, let's say you have an imbalance in that. So we ask the high mileage questions to get you talking and sharing with us what's really maybe stressing you out in a relationship. It could be with your kids, it could be a relative, it could be friends, just things that cause triggers in you to stress out a little bit that might be affecting how you eat. And so when you connect the dots, it's really big for the clients to see, okay, well, I am lacking in this area of my relationship and I need to speak up more and just feel comfortable approaching the person they might be stressing with. So it's really important for us to understand that to help our clients make that breakthrough, so we can look at the foods that might be causing them to maybe eat a little more or not eat as much or have difficulties.
Absolutely. It's very important. And like she said, we do work with doctors. What we mean by that is we work with your physician. So you can either hire us as an individual for achieving your health goals and being guided and helping fine tune what those goals may be. And also, if you have a physician that's giving you recommendations and you would like help achieving those to have more optimal health in your situation, we are more than happy to help as well. And we can collaborate with your doctor and share feedback with him with your permission. And this is really helpful because if it's a matter of losing weight or being educated on disease or changing your diet and lifestyle, this is really important where a health coach can come into play. And like we talked about the circle of life, just finding out where we're out of balance, it speaks wonders. It's huge. I mean, we all have things that we want to do, and if we're not doing them, it's going to stress us out, and it definitely does affect our decision making. So it's a handy tool. I love doing it. I love letting some time pass and then pulling out a circle of life and going through the motions myself. Jen, what do you think about that?
I do that as well. Just recently, I had my client go through the circle of life and show me where he's low or he's high in the different areas. And he was just blown away about how well that works, because it put everything in perspective to him. Like, oh my gosh, I'm stressing out with a family member and I can be a little more creative in this area, or my spirituality is really great, but my joy is kind of lacking. So for him, it was really big. Exactly. And I think when the clients see that connection, it just really allows them to go deeper in themselves to create the transformation that they need in the 6-month program that we offer. So, I don't know, when that spark, gets in their eye and they're like, I get it, I see it. It's like, wow, and so it's like, yay, you celebrate with them. So,
Absolutely. It's so important. Finding out where you're out of balance, it's a pleasurable experience. It's exciting, it's happy, and it's renewing. And being able to focus on that just gets you that much closer to overall wellness in your whole person by considering all aspects, not just food. We don't focus on food only. Actually, we may have mentioned this before on our podcast, but we actually consider food to be secondary, and our primary
exactly.
foods are what matter most in life, and making sure that those areas are getting the attention that they need.
Exactly.
Now, one of the questions that I get asked often, surprisingly, is I've been asked, well, what is the difference between a life coach and a health coach? And I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today, because a health coach is going to talk to you about areas of your life, and a life coach may talk to you about your health. But primarily, a life coach focuses on short-term future goals, whether it's what kind of job do you want to have, or how can you adjust your finances better. These are still topics that, as an integrative health coach, we walk alongside you and guide you and sort these areas out. But the results are more about productivity in the outside world. So with a health coach, we really focus on optimizing your overall health and wellness. And again, we do this by diet and exercise, and we also pull in these other areas that we were discussing. So they can work hand in hand together, rather than picking and choosing which is going to be the best for you. But I just wanted to share a little bit about that there is a difference, and they're both great. But health coaching is more about getting the wellness goals that you desire and feeling well to avoid diseases if possible as well.
One of the questions I get often is, why do you have a 6-month program? The reason for the 6-month program is we believe it takes 6 months to develop happy, healthy habits. And we want to make sure that's a lifelong sustainability after we're done with seeing our clients for 6 months. And it's really good to just go the whole 6-month route. You can shorten it, but I like the 6 months because it allows the connection to go further and longer and deeper. And then it also shows the client themselves that by the time they get to the 5th month, they're feeling pretty confident that they can take on after they're done with 6 months. So I like the 6-month program. What about you, Shanna? Do you shorten yours, or do you go the full route?
I agree to go the full route, because we've all experienced different seasons of the year, getting off track, major life events that happen and just turn our world around. And without the accountability and having that person right next to your side going through this with you, it's just a tremendous difference in building healthy habits that last, building real memory within the body. And just, imagine something happens in your life and you get off track for 7, 8, 9, 12, 16 weeks. Whereas your health coach, you're going to see us within a week or two if we haven't reached out to you sooner. And we're going to focus on getting back track right away, in a way that you enjoy. It's not pressure. We do this in a way where we're not doing the work as the health coach. You guys, the listeners and the clients, are doing the work. You guys are making the action steps and taking them, and we're just helping you figure out which is the best one for you in that moment.
Exactly.
So it's...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's really an amazing thing. The art of health coaching, I like to think of it, because we're your friend and we're there with you, and everything's confidential. Again, we're not doctors. We don't diagnose or treat disease. but we are there with you and we all get information. Most of the time, we usually know what to do, but most of the time, we're not doing it. So, having someone help you along the way is it's the modern world these days, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm your coach. I'm walking alongside you and supporting and encouraging and picking you back up, dusting you off and setting you out in the field again. So
Yep.
it's that check-in accountability that my clients absolutely love. In fact, I have one client that calls me up and says, "Hey, coach, just checking in to get that daily motivation. And so
Oh,
it's important for them and it's important for us too. And it helps me to keep going on my health journey as well. So it's very empowering on both sides.
absolutely. It's a little bit of the ripple effect, Joshua Rosenthal likes to say, and I'm a big supporter with that. I love the idea and the concept. I understand it, and I want to share it with all of you.
Exactly. Shanna, what are some of the things that you focus in on your 6 months? Like, what ailments or what areas do you help with?
I really like to look into promoting better sleep, reducing cravings for caffeine, naturally balancing hormones. Um, the reason why I encourage weight loss is because there's problems out there with body image, and most people, it's a common thing to hear that people want to lose weight, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. And if the person is comfortable in their body, that's okay. That's wonderful. But there's so many risks with having a higher fat percentage in your body for poor health in the future. And so rather than really focusing on shedding weight, I like to focus on decreasing the fat percentage. This way, as the client is getting well rounded in the areas of balance in their life, they're cooking more, they're making different decisions, they're socializing more. This is an all around, this isn't a 2 week diet, this is a lifestyle. This helps the clients achieve to be the person that they want to become. And focusing on reducing that fat percentage helps keep everything in line a little bit more, helps keep hormones in balance a little bit more. And then I really do like to focus on the gut, the population of the gut. I think we talked about that in our sugar talk because, it's your second brain again, and you've got hormones in there, you've got adrenal glands, and in order to have everything functioning properly, the body can't be clogged up and overloaded. So, those are some of my main areas: sugar, cravings, all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff. What about you over there in Illinois?
Well, due to the other podcasts, I know I've said I had PCOS, so I want to help women, you know, feel more joy with having something that won't go away, but they can maintain it and feel great. Like the stress, the anxiety, a lot of that is focusing on breathing. Breathing plays a huge part in our bodies and in our health. Self care, self trust. I think it's really important to trust yourself, that you'll take care of yourself, and that everything that you do to your body is going to be out of love. And that's choosing the proper foods, sleep, and all that just kind of goes in together. And movement. I think movement is huge. People don't move enough, and just encourage the motivation to get off the couch and go walk for 20 minutes. Just to be real supportive on the workouts. I don't put people on a workout regimen, but I just tell them if you can just be active and move throughout your day more than what you normally would, and be aware of how you're feeling and you're breathing with it, it's kind of contagious, or they want to keep doing it. And so I'm seeing some really good results with that. Um, like I said, the stress and anxiety, breathing is huge in calming you down. So those are some of the areas that I focus in on as well.
Exactly. I also focus on anxiety and fertility as well. And I also love teaching people about vitamins, supplements, proper milligrams, and learning about deficiencies that are so common, especially here where we are. And so just bringing education to the table, helping the clients be mindful of these areas in their life, and working at it in a way where it's not pressure. It's an enjoyable experience. And I just love watching the clients flourish throughout the whole experience.
Yes. One of the questions I get too, well, you're a health coach. Do you do diet plans? No, I'm not big on the whole diet thing. I I bring awareness about the 90-10. So 90% time you're going to eat completely healthy, no processed foods. You're going to watch your sugars. You're going to watch your carbs. To 10%, you're going to indulge in whatever you want, guilt free. So there's more freedom that way, and that's how I do my weekly, monthly, walk talk with how I do for myself. So if someone comes up to me and says they want to go on a diet because like a structured environment, then I can keep you motivated to do that, but I don't put people on diets because I don't think diets work. Like I said before, I was on the keto guidelines for PCOS to get rid of sugar cravings, but it's not viewed as long term. So, what are your thoughts on the whole diet stuff?
I agree 200%. I think that diets are discouraging. I don't think that they're a very pleasant experience. I don't think that diets incorporate other areas of your life. I mean, a person may follow a diet and they may not get results because they're very unhappy in another area of their life and their body's holding on to that. And there's huge percentages of weight regain with diets, and it's just almost of a miserable experience in my opinion. It's important and it comes in handy during serious situations, kind of like an emergency situation, to act quick. You know what, your health is so poor that you need to eat this certain way. And then as time goes on, if you have a health coach, we can help you find the pleasure in that experience. But most people, they don't do a diet and incorporate it as needed. The average person looks up a new diet and tries something new pretty quickly. And so by doing a 6-month program with an integrative health coach offers lifetime skills. What I love is rather than being bound to the sugar and the cravings and the hunger and caffeine in the morning to wake up when your body really needs food for fuel, and going to bed with who knows what people do to get themselves to sleep, and then there's a lack of nutrition. Finding a balance in that area is just huge. And what I like to do, like you were talking about walking your talk, is I just know how to get myself back on track quicker through years of experience. So having the guilt-free 10% of the time, it is truly guilt-free because you can pick and choose when you're going to have those moments, enjoy it, and then get yourself back on track pretty quickly.
Exactly. Which is another thing we learned at IIN. For those who are wondering, what is IIN? It's Institute of Integrative Nutrition out of New York. Is the crowding out and the crowding in.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that is, people are like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, your bad habits of food choices, we're going to crowd that out by crowding in the good stuff. So we're going to give you the solutions of what to choose in a healthier route than the chocolate chip cookies that you see in packages.
Absolutely.
So we do a lot of crowding out and crowding in. Another thing that we learned from IIN is also the bio-individuality. So it's not a one-size-fits-all in diet. So it's the person in itself. So thank you, Joshua, for that.
Yes.
So
I agree. I'm so glad that you brought that up. One person's food is another person's poison. Absolutely true. Crowding out, this is how it's more of a pleasurable experience, is we're not restricting you and restricting you and restricting you. We're crowding out. Mainly, I don't know if you've experienced this, Jen, but most of the time at the end of a session with a client and myself, when we talk about their homework for the next 2 weeks, it's about what they're going to do, not about what they're not going to do.
Exactly. And they get kind of shocked. I have homework?
Right. Every 2
but,
weeks.
but it's good homework. It's an eye-opening awareness homework. So, but yeah.
Yeah,
And they get excited when they do it.
a lot of people don't seem to realize that spirituality, a portion of that is your self-development. And we're always growing. And so a lot of times people get stuck in old patterns of, well, this is who I am and this is the way I am and this is how I was raised. But if that happens to you, just take a few minutes and reflect. Is that who you are? Is that who you want to be? Or is there more to your story? Is there a future to your story? And then make your new story. So focusing on changes that you can make for a better you, no one should be mad at you for that. And
No.
it'll increase your optimal health and wellness. So we want to help you get there. Right?
Exactly.
So just some tips from your coaches, Jen and Shanna, on what is and isn't a health coach. A little bit about what we do and how we do it and why we do it. Jen, did you think that we missed any major topics of this?
Well, we did Circle of Life. We did I think we did pretty good. I think we hit it all. Just keep in mind that we don't treat or diagnose diseases. Consult your doctor before doing any changes. And also let them know that if you decide to have a health coach, that you tell your doctor. So we have the doorway open for us to communicate with them to help you in the long run.
Exactly. I really like when my clients share that they've signed on with a health coach with their physicians, because the physician may not have the time or communication to know that your life is changing. And if some of your goals are possibly getting off medications or prescriptions, your doctor needs to know that you've lost 25 pounds, you exercise now, you don't eat processed foods anymore, you changed your career and you're not depressed anymore. Whatever it may be, the communication is so important. This way, again, you are who matters, and your goals and your life and your environment is what matters. So let your doctor know there's nothing to hide, and we will work with them if you see us fit to do so. And we just really enjoy sharing again the information and helping you get to be who you want to be even better.
Exactly. Well,
I guess we'll talk to you all next week. We'll be here on Monday, ready to go.
Yay! And I'm Jennifer, Integrative Health Coach with Green Leaf Wellness in Illinois.
And Shanna with Inspire Wellness for You in Arizona.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.